Our nation is in mourning for these brave souls who lost their lives in defense of our brothers and sisters in the eastern DRC.
The remains of 14 South African peacekeepers killed in a violent clash with M23 rebels in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, were repatriated today in a solemn ceremony. The soldiers lost their lives last month while serving on a peacekeeping mission in the volatile eastern DRC, where a long-running conflict between government forces and rebel groups like M23 has created deep instability. M23, a militia largely composed of ethnic Tutsis, has intensified its efforts in recent years, seizing significant territory and worsening the already fragile situation in the region.
And we as South Africans regard them as heroes of our nation. Their work in the DRC was not just about maintaining order. It was about building bridges, building peace, fostering understanding, and creating pathways for lasting peace in our region and in our continent.
The DRC has been ensnared in internal conflict for decades, worsened by foreign interference and the exploitation of its mineral-rich resources. As government forces continue to battle the M23, international peacekeepers, including South African forces, are caught in the crossfire, facing the challenge of stabilizing a region fraught with ethnic strife and geopolitical complexities. Adding to the tension is Rwanda's alleged support for the M23 group, which has further complicated diplomatic efforts and peacekeeping operations, making a resolution to the conflict increasingly elusive. While South Africa mourns the loss of its soldiers, President Ramaphosa's remarks reflect not just a tribute to their sacrifice, but a call for renewed attention to the ongoing turmoil in the DRC and the broader region. Meanwhile, the violence continues to escalate in eastern DRC. Displaced families in Goma are grappling with uncertainty and fear, seeking refuge in local schools turned temporary shelters, following the M23's recent takeover of the city. Families living in makeshift camps within the school grounds, facing dire conditions and uncertainty about their future.
The government must intervene. We have nothing left. If they force us out with our children, where will we go? We have no family to turn to.
The conflict has had a devastating impact on the education system in the region. Schools are now occupied by displaced families, with teachers and students alike disrupted by the crisis.
We call on the government, M23, and all concerned parties to find a temporary solution. This crisis is severely affecting the education of children in Goma. Displaced people must be able to return to their homes for stability and the restoration of education in the city.
The situation has grown more dire, with M23 rebels reportedly issuing a 72-hour ultimatum for displaced families to vacate the camps and return to their villages. The UN's humanitarian aid agency, OCHA, confirmed the ultimatum, but later clarified that the returns. As the humanitarian crisis deepens, the international community faces mounting pressure to address the underlying causes of instability in the DRC and find a lasting solution to the violence.